Welcome everyone to another edition of an album in review on Tim's Vinyl Confessions. And I think today's episode is kind of special, so I thought we should have a special guest, Mr. Mike Ladano from Stack of Rock. And so Mike, we are here to talk about Helix, and this is a band that we both, were kind of grew up on, right?
That's right. Yeah, 1984, 85 for me, for my entry point.
Yeah, I mean, Rock You is probably one of the first, quote unquote metal videos I ever saw. Sadly, the reason this is playing today is because we're remembering late Helix guitarist Paul Hackman, who died tragically in an accident, a vehicle accident. I think coming home from a gig in 1992 on this date. And
he was out west, and a buddy of mine named Mike McNeil was on that tour with him. And I can distinctly remember being at the cottage when Helix came on the evening news, and I was like, Helix on the evening news? That's not for good reasons. And
that's like when I woke up, turned on CNN, saw that they were talking about Great White. I'm like, this can't be good. This can't be. This is not an entertainment feature.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So the album we're here to talk about is their sixth album, I guess.
Yeah.
The fourth major label album, Wild in the Streets. And, Mike and I both have cassettes because there's something about this album that just takes me back to my Walkman days. I listened to this with headphones on cassette a good many times. This is not my original cassette. This is a US Capitol cassette. Now, Mike's got one. Yeah, I like the way that looks so much better. You can tell Helix were a bigger band in their home country because they got that personalized look. But even cooler than that, Mike's got a cassette that was legendary when I was in school. A lot of people had it. He has got the glow in the dark cassette. Yeah, I always thought that was so cool.
Do you want me to try turning off the lights and seeing if we can?
Yeah,
we might not be able to
get that effect.
Okay, so we'll just you had to do this. You had to hold them up to the light a little bit to let them absorb light. Do you remember glow in the dark toys? That's what you had to do.
Oh yeah.
And then we would turn off the lights, and let's see if maybe we'll see nothing.
Yeah, let's see if the not phosphorus, but let's see if the properties embedded in that cassette still hold up today. Kinda. Yeah, I can see it distinctly. Yeah. So that was very cool.
Yeah.
And it's a great album. Great album. And it's one of my favorites. I think ultimately Mike Back for Another Taste might be my favorite, but this one, I mean, the title song, Dream On, high voltage kicks, and I'm going to say it, the superior version of She's Too Tough.
The original recording.
He wrote it. Helix did it before Def Leppard officially recorded it.
Yeah.
I love the Helix version.
Yeah.
So much. And when I interviewed Brian Vollmer, he said that they should have called it She's Too High because it was such a high song for him to sing.
I was going to say he's really pushing his voice.
He's reaching his
yeah.
But I mean, it's a great album, effortlessly enjoyable. So I would recommend anybody that's ever, if you've got this album, dig it out and you haven't listened to it in a while. It's a great hard rock album, right? And remember the late Paul Hackman. So Helix, Wild in the Streets. That's today's an album in review. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Grab a Stack of Rock. Mike, thanks for sitting in with me on this one.
Thank you.
We'll see you all later.